So here's a post-heart attack update. You guys already know all my worries because I keep talking about them every day. I had my show this weekend, played with my band, and did pretty well. I never had any finger slippage problem with that knuckle, which was really, really good. It still pulls over a little bit, but it looks a little better. It's pulled over, but not, it was almost to the edge of the knuckle, and now it's just off center. Maybe it's actually getting better because of the brace that I'm using almost all day long. As long as it doesn't interfere in my work, I have it on. If I'm doing any heavy hand stuff, I really have it on. So maybe it's healing, and all the other stuff. I'll show you the paraffin wax thing actually. Spin this around. So this is the device. That's wax. I dip my hand in there, and then I put my hand in that sack so that it seals in the heat, and heat's good for healing tissue. So I use that, and I use the TENS unit, which is just the little electrical pads, and stimulate healing from that. I did get, because of all the blood thinners that I'm on, these two fingers, literally this one right here, right in the corner, I don't know if you can see it well, but, and this one here, both of them in the same corner, were bleeding from strumming the guitar. And they wouldn't stop. I had to get a Band-Aid. My wife brought a Band-Aid, and my bandmate had one, so I had to put a Band-Aid on and play with Band-Aids with my fingers, and it just made playing worse. So I was playing worse. It was good, and it stopped the bleeding, obviously, but I bled all over my guitar strings. I had to clean those up. Oh, man, that reminded me, I haven't officially cleaned them. I've got this guitar string cleaner. That's what it's for. It's for like grime and stuff, and I need to put that on those strings and do that because I still probably have a little blood on them. But I went to my cardio rehab today, and I told her, because they had me up to 40 minutes of continual walking, and around my neighborhood, and I told her, I said, whenever I was out there on my last walk, I don't know if I had filmed this or not. Maybe I didn't, but right at pretty much the 40-minute mark, I didn't know where it was, but I know that I had trouble finishing, and it felt like I hit the wall. Like if you've ever done keto before, it's that I'm tired wall. But since I just had a heart attack and I'm on all kinds of medicines, I've also been intermittent fasting. There's a lot of things I've changed about my life actually, and I've lost about 9 pounds. And I'm trying to get my weight down because when you drop your weight, your LDL cholesterol comes down, and that's the bad cholesterol. So I'm doing everything I can since I'm not going to take statins. So I've been intermittent fasting, and I'm losing weight, and that does mean that I eat fewer calories. I mean, on a couple of days, I'm eating less than 1,000 calories. So it's really not intentional. I'm not like, don't eat calories. It's not that. I'm eating more vegetable than anything, and there's just not a lot of calories in vegetable. I've actually got, I wanted to show you guys, I saute mushrooms and onions almost every night. And I'm watching, there's a heart doctor actually, who claims that he cures heart disease, that he reverses it completely. And I believe it. I've been watching his videos on YouTube. His name is Caldwell Esselstyn. And essentially his prescription is a lot of greens. You eat greens, he says 6 times a day. I can't eat greens 6 times a day. That's too often. But I do eat greens 2 to 3 times a day. And you can't do them at once. It's not the quantity of the greens, it's the frequency, because this boosts your nitric oxide output of your endothelial cells, and that makes your vessels dilate a little bit, which is great for blood flow. So it's awesome. It helps your endothelial heal, gives you nitric oxide uptake, and to do so you need greens with a little bit of balsamic vinegar on it. There's a combination chemically that works to do this. I don't know the exact depth of the mechanism, but even one of my buddies looked that up and collaborated it with me. He confirmed it. And it does work, apparently. So I feel good. I can't tell you that's what it is. It could be a combination of all the stuff I'm doing, but essentially I've got some Brussels sprouts here, and they've got some balsamic vinegar drizzled on it. I eat a little bit every night. I'm eat about half of that in one sitting, but I'm also going to put this sauteed mushrooms and onions on there with garlic in there. I put garlic in there because garlic is purported to dissolve any existing plaque in your body. Now, I probably don't have any plaque in my body, or at least in my veins. I don't think, because when I didn't know this, but my wife remembered. I was so out of it, and I may have mentioned this in another video. But when they give me a drip for 12 hours of something that dissolves plaques, essentially. So hopefully I'm starting from zero. The pain in my calf has gone away. I don't feel that anymore. I've been stretching it really good, and it feels good. The tingles in my feet and fingertips are coming back. And honestly, they could have been gone, and it could have been completely exacerbated by vaping. Because, and I've mentioned this, I'm actually going to make a video on what I've discovered about the negative effects of nicotine. We all know this. We all go through our lives knowing smoking's bad for you. And I never in my mind equated vaping to be as bad as smoking. And I know there's people that'll say that it's not. And in some ways they're right. But in the only specifically toward nicotine and what nicotine does to your body, it doesn't matter the delivery system. Nicotine constricts your vessels and damages endothelial cells. And that's just a fact. So it doesn't matter if you're chewing tobacco, vaping tobacco, smoking tobacco, patch, lozenge, secondhand smoke, it doesn't matter. So I can't do that, obviously. And I had been doing it for a long time, and on and off solidly for a long time, and on and off more recently, but enough to obviously set and chain this negative set of events that have led toward my heart attack. Other stuff too, for sure. I'm not blaming it all on vaping, but it didn't help. I don't think it dissolved any plaque. So I'm not doing that anymore. I'm drinking a lot more water, and I'm eating all these healthy foods, and I'm still feeling good. I've got a lot of energy right now. I actually worked all day, went to my cardio rehab, been editing videos for both of my YouTube channels, and got projects lined up, and I don't even feel tired. And I've probably, my uptake of calories today, my intake of calories is probably only 800. It's not a lot of calories. And I'm losing weight, and I don't feel bad, and I'm not compelled to eat. If I had this compulsion of, geez, I've only had 800 calories, I'm starving, then that's willpower. I'd be pissed off, I'd be cranky and man, I really want to eat something or eat this or eat that. And I don't. I'm going to eat these greens, half of them now and half later. Oh, the reason is because that effect only lasts for 2 hours. So the nitric oxide boosting effect for your vessels only lasts 2 hours. So I can't just eat a giant bowl of greens. It won't do it. It needs to be, spread out over the day every 2 hours. But as often as you can helps. And I'm not doing 6 times a day, but I'm doing better than I was. And I feel good. So that 40-minute walk was reduced to 35 by me, and then back to 30. And the reason why is because I hit that wall. And she told me today she doesn't know what that wall is. She said, you may not be getting enough fluids. Your blood sugar may be running out, and you get tired at that point. She said that the medicines you take sometimes lower blood sugar. Not enough fluid, like I said, will make your bloods a little, I don't know, thin, not enough. I don't know. So what I'm going to do is 30 minutes seems to be my walking time at a brisk pace that does not cause me to hit the wall and I feel just like I'm about to drag ass coming back into the house. But I'm going to beef it back up, because obviously pushing myself forward is what we need to do, and I don't want to stay stagnant at 30 minutes. But I think I will take a water bottle with me, and because I don't drink enough water. I hate drinking water. I'm going to force myself to do a little more. And I'm going to eat a banana before I go on the walk so that I'll have a little bit of slow blood sugar, maybe even a small thing of oatmeal, just something that'll release some slow moving sugar into my blood, and see if that makes me feel better. I played the gig. It's a 4-hour gig. And I had a couple of beers, not many. I had 4 all night long. So that's 1 an hour. Hardly anything. Little sugar out of that though. I never felt too tired. I didn't lift too much. My energy and my concentration felt good. My heart never hurt. So I think I'm doing good. Damn, this thing's 10 minutes long. I think that'll be it for today. I appreciate all your thoughts and prayers and well wishes, and just continue to root for me and keep my finger in the back of your mind too. That's the thing that's giving me the most worry. Heart attack. I'm going to beat all that, man. I'm doing great. Thanks again. See you later.